Ibadan. We are your home of entertainment. Melody FM 100.7 Ibadan.
100.7 Melody 100.7.
I love this station. Melody 100.7 FM.
Reset one of your presets for your hit music now. 100.7
Melody FM 100.7.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
Melody 100.7 FM back in the building once again. That's a beautiful Thursday morning. It is the 20th day in the third month of the year. Gradually moving towards the end of the month of the year. Of course, the third month of the year, 2025. We thank God for the grace and, of course, the opportunity of seeing another brand new day. Welcome to Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM right here in the city of Ibadan. Number 2, MB Makpadero Street. Budiwasim Ibadan is where we are. Of course, that's where we're taking care of business from. Good morning and welcome. My name is Pretty Adegoke. You call me the finest, and it feels good to be here this morning as always. Bring you the very best of your morning. Of course, there's sports will be coming in a jiffy. Update from Kigali. And also, what is popping everywhere? The matches have officially started, talking about the qualification for the 2026 World Cup in America. Yeah, we'll definitely be taking you through that one. At the other side of it, we'll take you through what the papers are saying this morning from the front to the inside. Because the back pages, it is still Rivers State, and Rivers State everywhere. All the stories all about Rivers State. 10 o'clock, we'll be looking through the People's Assembly. What are we looking at this morning? Another important thing to check out this morning. And of course, the Melody Surprise, celebrating those who are celebrating this morning. We'll wrap up the program before we hit the hour of 11. So good morning and welcome. As always, we'll get started by taking you through some very beautiful things. I always let you know that one thing that you should know is a brand new day, a brand new moment, a brand new opportunity for you. And after every dark night always comes a brighter day. So are you ready to make your day a bright one? But the Lord has given you a day that is filled with opportunities. What are you ready to make out of it? Because after every dark night will come a brighter day. That one is something that I know. The glorious morning of a new day comes after every dark moment. And for every dark night, you have an opportunity of seeing a brand new day, a brighter day, and a brighter side of life. Good morning and welcome. Here is some song doing this beautiful song, A Brighter Day.
Trouble comes on every side. Depression taking over my mind. At times I break down and I cry. When I look up I see the rising of the sun. The sun. Though the mountain be so high and wide, yet on eagle's wings my head and cry. I'll just reach out for the skies, 'cause I believe that I can fly. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun shall be shining. Trouble lasts just for the night. In the morning time you'll be alright. My head man's getting me rest. I made up my mind to be the best, 'cause I know that life is just a test. Yeah. For the mountains be so high and wide, yet on eagle's wings I will fly. Though the tides are rising high, I won't bow my head and cry. I'll just reach out for the skies, 'cause I believe that I can fly. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun will surely shine. Though trouble lasts for the night, I know it's gonna be alright. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun will surely shine. There's a sparkle from light waiting there. There's hope for you, so don't you fear. Finally, I see a vision of a rising sun. I see victory coming over me. Though I tried today and feel here comes a better day, I'll be holding on to what I believe. I see a brighter day. In the morning time, there's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. Keep on holding on. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun surely shine again. Trouble like just for the night. In the morning time to be there's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it. You've got to hold on. Hold on. Be strong. I know there's been trouble hearts for it, but in the morning time, in the morning time, in the morning time, you'll be alright.
I'm speaking to someone this morning. Trouble might have lasted all through your last night, but this morning, because it's another morning that the Lord has provided, another opportunity for you to be better. I can tell you that this morning, joy will come. Joy will definitely come. Don't give up. No matter what the situation in your life is, don't give up. Is it that you don't know what you eat this morning or this day? Don't worry. Help will come. Or is it that something is really troubling your mind, your heart and soul? Don't give up. Miracles will happen. Because we are in the season of Lent, a season of Ramadan. Believe everything will work in your favor. You'll be all right. Keep on hoping and don't give up. Don't lose hope, and make sure you do not give up on yourself. Because anyone that has finally given up on him or herself has given up on life already. And once you give up on life, and there is nothing that can happen, because you must always learn to move on, no matter the situation. Let's begin to go to sports right now. Melody 100.7 FM. Most definitely, when you hear that tune, you know it's time for sport. It is Sport O'Clock on Melody 100.7 FM. And of course, no other than El Capitano is here this morning. You asked me yesterday, where's El Capitano? El Capitano didn't tell me he was going to Kigali. But thank God he's here this morning now. What's happening from Kigali? El Capitano, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Are we ready? Are we ready for Rwanda?
We are ready for Rwanda.
So our boys are ready.
I think our boys are ready. I mean, the attitude of our boys this time around really impressed me, and the coach as well. And when a team is determined to go out there and achieve results, it starts from the little things that you see. First day, where the camp opened on Sunday, we had about 5 players who trooped in that day alone, led by the captain of the side himself, vice captain rather, William Trustekong, and Victor Osimhen led the first set of players, the camp. And Monday, a number of them trooped in. On Tuesday, 22 had arrived. And
we're expecting just one.
22 took part in training on Tuesday. And we're expecting the man coming from the other side of the divide, coming from America. Yeah. So yesterday,
it took him so long.
Yes, yesterday morning he arrived, and yesterday, of course, they had full complement of players, and they had their full training. And it was nice seeing Eric Schell himself welcoming the players. He said it before the arrival of the player. He said, "I will be the first person the guys see." The moment they arrive into camp. So he was there at the doors of the hotel to welcome them one after the other. He met some of them when he traveled. Some he didn't meet. So, but this time around, he ensured that he's the first to meet them.
He was meeting some of them for the very first time.
The very first time. So it was, entrance of the hotel is the first person you get to meet, and he's fraternizing.
I like that. I think that fraternity alone
exactly it goes a long way, because he knows that he knows where he's coming. He knows he's Nigeria. One of the greatest country football nation in the world.
One of the craziest as well.
Craziest as well, right? Coming into, I'm sure he was going through the papers when he was appointed too. He has seen what people are saying about his abilities to unite this team. Of course, and he knows. He saw. I was listening to Victor Osimhen the other day, saying that they, as the players, that they know him very well. Of course, they were watching the other teams at the AFCON while he was with Mali, and that they know him pretty well. So it's not like he's strange to them at all. But the only difference is that he's coming into their team to take charge. And of course, seeing a couple of training and run around, he's been fraternizing with them pretty well, and that's exactly what you want to see. What do you want to see? And also nice having some home-based players that called up for this one. Papa Daniel of Niger Tornadoes, who would have expected someone who plays for a mid-table team in the MPFL to be considered for a call-up to the Super Eagles. And I like what the message that sends to everybody, that no matter what, if you're a quality player, you deserve a place in the Super Eagles fold. And of course, also nice seeing this guy back. One of our inning boys, as Aribo, Joseph Aideda Aribo. It's been a while. Some people were not really cool with his call-up, honestly. Some feel that he has not enough recently to be called up to the Super Eagles. But then the coach knows exactly why he has called him. I think the best thing for us to do is just support this team. Eric Shaw will come and go at some point.
Definitely.
We own the Super Eagles. We are Nigerians. He's a Franco-Malian. He's not Nigerian, so let's get behind this team and support them. And I think that's just the right thing to do. And a lot of positives, honestly. You remember the other day that we're talking about constructing a team house, team training and hotel, in Abuja. We had the groundbreaking on Tuesday, for that world-class edifice, which is also a very good thing. I mean, some of the players are already reacting to that already, saying that now at least they can have somewhere to call their home. Super Eagles, it's long overdue.
Definitely.
Look at Morocco. They have. So we deserve something like that, and it's nice that that is happening also to Nigerian football. But most importantly, we are condemned to win this game. Very important. Just to remind our listeners out there that it's a group of 6, and we are 5th on the table. Yes. Now, the top 3 teams have the same points. 7 points is what they have. All right? And let me also reiterate that we are winless in this qualifiers. We've played 4 so far. We've drawn 3 and lost 1. So
even if we win Rwanda, we will be having 6 points.
We will still be behind the 3.
Exactly.
We'll still be behind. So we have a lot to do.
Wow.
So, but we need to start. I mean, it's a step at a time, right? We need to start.
If you cannot beat Rwanda, I mean, there's no need coming to play Zimbabwe.
So we let's start with that right step. That right step. Let's take it one after the other. Rwanda first. Let's get a 3 point. That takes us to 4th on the table. That's one step ahead, and then. Beat Zimbabwe. That should take us.
Like 10, and we'll have a 9 point.
At least away from fourth to at least
that's
third
fourth,
or second, if
depending
possible,
on what others
on
play.
what others play. So it's very important. The players also understand the job at hand. They've been talking about it as well. You know, these are players that have been within the fold for the last 5 or 6 years. You remember when, you know, a few years ago, we're talking about having the youngest crop of players in the world at some point. I think it was the World Cup went before the one we missed. You know, we're talking about the young one. And before you know it, those boys are aging. Our boys, majority of them, they're now in their 27s already. So should they fail to qualify for this World Cup, they have to wait for another 4 years.
Wow.
And by that time, many of them will be 32, already approaching retirement already. So they understand what it takes. Qatar, they weren't there. They want to be there now, right? Victor Osimhen wants to be there. I mean, the media pastor African Footballer of the Year. The current one also wants to be there. They all understand the message, and that's the most important thing. As someone is speaking this morning, I listened to Mutu Adepoju Ex International saying that Eric Shaw has to be very, very careful with change of system. Very careful. Because and I understand where he's coming from. A total change from what the players are used to might derail them. Don't forget that there's no space for error at this point.
You need to go for it.
No trial error at this point. We have to go for the win in Kigali tomorrow, 5 p.m. Very important for the boys. So we just hope that they will do the needful. They understand the message. Eric Shaw does too. And let's hope that we'll start. We have 6 games to go, yeah?
Definitely.
But start with these two matches. Let's get to win these 2, and then the others, we'll see where we go from here. We wish them all the best. Of course, some matches were also played, yesterday when it comes to these qualifiers as well. 3 games, to be precise, were played. Interesting ones, I must say. I think the first one was in Group D, where Cameroon were held to a shock goalless draw by Minos Eswatini. That was Eswatini's first point in this particular qualifiers. For Cameroon, well, they remain top with 9 points despite failing to win yesterday's game, but Eswatini, goalless. It was Nigeria that lost against Eswatini. I sure say players no class.
By now, social media would have finished these guys.
I tell you. Well, for Tunisia, they also played yesterday and defeated Liberia by a single goal. Mastori Hazim got the only goal for them. The win actually means Tunisia maintain top spot as well and now have 13 points. While Liberia are third on 7 points. The third game yesterday, Madagascar trashed Central African Republic 4-1. The game ended yesterday, and the victory keeps them top of Group I. Just to remind everyone that the top of finishers pick up automatic ticket to the World Cup. And then there's still a small matter of playoffs.
Exactly.
For the second best teams. Yeah. We don't want to be holding calculators.
I'm telling you.
We want to go out there. And
let's just do it, get the job done. You can't be traveling to the Oceania to go and play one funny player.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking towards that direction, but that's the truth. That is the truth. Well, once again, very important. In Group A, Egypt topped up the pack there. They've been fantastic. 10 points is what they have. Guinea-Bissau is second. A lot of surprises so far in these qualifiers, but it's not about now. It's about how far
yes,
they can go. All right, let's come home and talk about the President Federation Cup. Well, round of 64 yesterday, and about 32 games were played. Interesting results from 2 days ago, actually.
Yeah.
Rangers knocked out Canopilas, 1-0 that game ended. Gombe, 3-0 against Assembly. Sunshine Stars also 2-0 against FC Bako. But most importantly, let's talk about Shooting Stars. Yeah, before Shooting Stars, Crown FC also defeated Northmans Football Club 7-1. Crown FC, nice one. Yes, let's talk about Shooting Stars. So the report we got, the game was built for 10 a.m. yesterday. And the report we got was that Zamfara United failed to show up for that match. And they were walked over. So 3 points, 3 goals for Shooting Stars, right? That's what the rule says. Now, later that evening, we got the news that Shooting Stars have been kicked out of the President Federation Cup for fielding ineligible players in their first round match against Zamfara United FC yesterday. All right? The only words, here's it. according to the release by, of course, we're not in Abuja to monitor that, but then we had the media officer there who sent a report. He said Vafa failed to show up and that they were walked over. They didn't see them for 15 minutes, and as usual.
Yeah.
That was what the rule says.
Yeah.
Somewhere I saw that the game was abandoned. Somewhere.
Abandoned how?
That was what I got.
Who reported that?
Yeah, I saw abandoned somewhere, but then it's fine. Yeah, but last night we got a report that Shooting Stars have been thrown out for fielding ineligible players. Is it possible for a game that was not played?
A game that was not played.
You get where I'm coming from now?
Where are these reports emanating from?
So, the only was after their qualification to round of 32 earlier yesterday, without kicking the ball, following the refusal. Now, the refusal of Zamfara United to show up for their match at the Area 3 field, Abuja, they have been expelled from the oldest competition in Nigeria. Now, in a letter signed by the Director for Competitions at the NFF, Ruth David, on behalf of the Nigeria Football Federation General Secretary, 5 players who were not registered with the NFF for this year's edition were fielded in the game against Zamfara. So I'm thinking, 2 + 2, 3 times 3. I'm thinking maybe when those ones saw the lineup and they discovered that they were ineligible players, they just decided not to
play the game,
to come out of their dressing room, and then lodged a formal complaint to the FA. That's how I think. So the letter reads, and I quote, and it's important to state this: "It has come to our attention that your club fielded 5 ineligible players who are not registered with the NFF for this edition of the competition." So they probably saw the team sheet and saw those players and felt, why should you come and play? Let's just lodge official complaints to the NFF. Maybe that was what I did.
But so, it's still crazy somehow.
Yeah. The players include Samuel Okon, jersey number 20. They quoted jersey number 21. Sadiq Ibrahim, jersey number 27. Ephraim Wanchuku, jersey number 20. Nonso Unziduge, jersey number 23. And Ukeme Williams, jersey number 5. By implication, the licenses used by these players were forged. You are therefore disqualified from further participating in the 2025 President Federation Cup.
So the team that was originally walked over now qualifies, right?
That's the implication.
We wait for more stories.
Trying to reach out to the media officer yesterday, but he said he hasn't received the official letter that has been circulating. So a lot of questions here.
Too many questions to answer.
So
it's just crazy. I don't know. How did you even get here?
Exactly. How we got to,
how because get here?
Funny enough, 2 days ago, what I was seeing online was that Shooting Stars are low, there's no money, their boss is breaking down. I was still wrap my head around it and say, boss breaking down, low, what's all this? And then we are accused of fielding ineligible players.
If this
distractions
goes this way,
of the order,
if it goes this way, I think everyone right now Shooting Stars need to go. Heads need to roll.
Bro, this is the distraction.
This
is not what the team deserves.
Yes, now we don't need this kind of thing because we're thinking, okay, we're already round of 32. Free movement. Will now because
possibly we could use that
to get to the continent.
Back door to the continent.
Yes, now that was what I've been saying on the show every time. If the league will not, because the way it's going now, we're going down
7th
on the ladder. So if we cannot get up on the ladder, we can also use this one.
Yeah,
but it's just funny.
It's a very,
let's see what happens next. If they also have a formal reply and response to this letter.
We're waiting. According to the media officer last night, he said he's here to get an official letter from the federation as regards this. So we just keep our fingers crossed. We continue to monitor. But then we have the round of 32 fixtures already before all of this brouhaha. Heartland Rangers, Warri Wolves, Shooting Stars.
Imagine.
That's the pairing that we have. So that might just change to Warri Wolves, Zamfara. So Enyimba, Academy Warriors. But also United versus FC Basira. Lobby Stars versus Solution FC. Sunshine Stars versus Plateau United. Beyond Limits versus Rivers United. Damburan FC versus Inter Lagos. Kwara United versus Gombe United. Ikorodu City versus Crown FC. I like it.
Wow.
Wiki Tourist versus Rovers. Ocean United versus E-World FC. National United versus, Ijele FC or Lautaro United. Middle Insurance versus Adama United. Katsina United versus Yobedesa Stars or Abakaliki FC. And there's still the summer matter of Aqua United versus Mighty Jets or Imperial Football Club. Man, Nigerian football. I mean, we can go on and on and talk about them. We just hope we get it right someday. We hope we get it. Well, Nigerian men football league games were also played yesterday. Nigeria Tools went away from home, demolished Benue Queens. They don't even care. 4 goals to nothing. And when Ogbongo come, Abba Angels 2-0 against Danas FC. Rangers also went away from home to Yola, defeated Adama Queens at 2 goals to 1. Bayelsa Queens defeated Robo Queens 3 goals to nothing. Conference Queens were 1 better than Atlant FC. And Ibom Angels defeated Delta Queens by a single goal at home. And Remo Stars suffered their first, that's Remo Stars ladies, suffered their first defeat of the season yesterday. They lost 1-0 in Lafia against Nasarawa Amazons. Wow, they finally lost.
Most definitely.
Well, lots to talk about, but then time, never a friend while talking sports. But then on the cruise show, we'll do justice to others.
Most definitely. That will be at 6 p.m. later tonight. Join us, and of course, don't move it, don't miss it. Big ups to El Capitano for coming through on this one. All right, keep it locked right here. Let's have this break. At the other side, we'll take you through what the people are writing this morning. It is Melody Sunrise, Melody 100.7 FM right here.
Steady juice, baby.
Steadily we dey compose, I will dey buy anything, no be purpose. Jaila make you that pose, Mama Judy, no go wine. Some me take it personal, spend money make it right back. Next time I no go tire, Oluwa just think about why. As I dey hustle, smiling, I dey find my cheese. They must see me now, they laugh. But I born me now, go laugh last. Oluwa ti gbé mi ga o. Now why they might call me like that?
I be that thing say I go give up. Baby when they run out of fire, Moja they talk, Moja won't liar. I remember they got me liar. I don't queen it anymore. People left it to Luasi.
I will be and be me love. What's it baby love oversee?
Get out to first off, see us at the ball. Get us steady choose, me at the fast news. Look at the boost, never give them clues. Me
Yeah.
Pull it red, me
Pull it right. Me, oh no.
me
Yeah.
Pull it red, me pull it red, me
Shaman like that. Pull it right.
Get out to first off, see us at the ball. Get us steady choose, me at the fast news. Look at the boost, never give them clues.
Reset one of your presets for your hit music now. 100.7.
Melody FM 100.7.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
That's right. It's Melody Sunrise, Melody 100.7 FM. Let's get to the papers right now. I have the Punch newspaper, the Daily Trust newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper, Daily Post newspaper, and of course the Tribune is also here, and the Daily Sun newspaper. 6 dailies before me this morning. Let's begin to check out the headlines one after the other. First is the Punch. For headlines in the Punch newspaper this morning, the banner headline still about Rivers State and all the dust yet to settle. It says Rivers emergency rule, FG deploys 10,000 troops against vandals as opposition NLC protest. That is the banner headline on the Punch. And below the main plate, you have Boba's brother, friend arrested outside Lagos court. And you also have minimum wage NYC to spend 307.6 billion naira on corpus allowances. Naira for crude, fuel price hike looms as Dangote NNPC talks fail. And Southside governors call for Rivers emergency rule reverse. And you have Kano government appoints new chief press secretary. Others, Tinubu's emergency rule saved Rivers from bloodbath. Ex-deputy speaker is one talking there. And aftermath of Abuja tanker explosion. I mean, that was a very sad situation at Yanya yesterday in Abuja, where a tanker explosion near Karu Bridge left many people in a serious situation because many vehicles raced and, of course, widespread panic among residents and commuters took place yesterday. Police, moving on. Police confirmed death of Inspector, 12 gunmen in fierce battle. How suspected robber raped my wife, threatened my family, and this according to a witness in court. Imo landlord arrested for shooting tenant's son. Lagos state officials apprehended for vandalizing signages. You also have this one in business. Naira appreciates to 1,530 naira to $1 at official window. The maritime sector's excess dollar charges worrisome. Shipping Association is talking. And in more political stories, you have Tinubu was ill-advised. NNPP condemns emergency rule in Rivers. Rivers Assembly backs emergency rule, pledges sole administrator support. And emergency rule in Rivers, political manipulation, Atiku. APC dismisses El Rufai defection as non-event, warns SDP of destruction. Okay? PDP slams Wike APC over secretariat land revocation, says threat to democracy. And in sport, Chinese youth footballer dies after head injury in Spain. And Joshua may get WBO title chance. These are the major headlines on today's Punch newspaper. And up next is the Daily Post newspaper. All right, from Daily Post newspaper, the banner headline says, Abuja explosion, police confirms many dead. 14 vehicles burnt as victims fill hospitals. A very sad situation that happened yesterday in Abuja. All right, Rivers, Nigerian lawmakers under pressure to rectify Tinubu's state of emergency declaration. And you also have this one, Osun government condemns APC's call for state of emergency. State of emergency, I'll be very surprised if Tinubu gets majority votes. Senator Dixon. And a 14-year-old student dies. Others injured as a rainstorm destroy Ogun schools. And still from the Daily Post, you have these headlines. Why water shortage persists in Nigeria? And this according to a coalition. Rivers crisis emergency rule shielded Fubara from impeachment. And this according to Lateef Fagbemi, the AGF. And the coalition urges Tinubu to immortalize Humphrey Nwosu. Rivers, why I'm happy with Tinubu's state of emergency declaration. Sure. Okay. And this one, Fear ravages Niger's report of alleged military abuse surface. Insecurity ravaging Ondo exposes Aida Tiwa e-preparedness as governor. Ajayi is the one talking there. All right. Group calls for removal of Edo Assembly Speaker over APC's majority status. And Imo Labour Party crisis deepens as party executives reject suspension by chairman. 2027, no vacancy in Aso Rock, Governor Okwebolo. And stop playing politics with security situation. Ondo APC berates ex-deputy Governor Ajayi. Ex-deputy Governor Ajayi talking there. All right, PDP accuses Okwebolo of bribing acting LG chairman with 34 million naira to defect to APC. And Edo, 17 legislative leaders that impeach LG chairman dump PDP for APC. And business, naira appreciates against the dollar at official market. Fear price hike. In naira depreciation imminent. CPP on Dangote refineries sale of petrol in dollars. And this one, you have it's fully operational. NNPC speaks after fire outbreak at a Port Harcourt refinery. And in sport, you have this one. NWFL Danjuma releases Nasarawa Amazons win over Remo Stars. EPL, why I cannot become Chelsea manager, John Terry is the one talking there. And these are the major headlines on today's Daily Post newspaper. And up next right now is the Daily Sun newspaper. All right, for headlines from the Sun newspaper for this morning, you have Okwebolo's predicts a landslide victory for Tinubu in 2027. Delta APC crisis deepens. State Exco dismisses a chairman's petition against Morka. State of emergency. Tinubu has truncated democracy in Rivers, and is according to Amechi. You have this one. Okwebolo predicts Tinubu 2027 landslide as 17 LG chairmen join APC. Tinubu meets Rivers State sole administrator. Reps in heated argument over Rivers crisis. And you also have this one. Still from the Daily Sun newspaper. Trans-Niger pipeline back in operation after fire disruption. Papa Moniya Rail. APM terminals engages agricultural shippers or your government. And this one, FG condemns fresh military attack on EKEDC facilities staff. Lower tariffs, fewer barriers can boost intra-African trade by 45%, and is according to ECA. Don't privatize Lagos water sector. CAPP appeals to governor. Rivers sparks emergency in NAS. And price surge imminent as Dangote refinery halts petrol sale in Naira. Ibas takes oath of office as Rivers administrator. Correctional centers, inmates in terrible conditions, and this is according to a panel. And court vacates order declaring Natasha's suspension as void. Kudos, Knox, trail emergency rule in Rivers State. And these are the major headlines from today's The Sun newspaper. All right, quickly now to the Daily Trust newspaper. For headlines in the Daily Trust newspaper, you have these headlines. Nigeria fencing Federation unveils a squad for World Junior Tourney in China. That one I just quickly had to give you that one from sport. And Morocco 2025 Flamingos stay in camp for final round showdown against Algeria. And it's still in sport as well. Okay. All right, moving away from sport now. Benin police officer, 12 militias killed in a gun battle. Shetima tasked lawmakers on legislation to improve nutrition. Plateau LG chair broadcast peace between traditional worshippers, Muslim community. And Rivers ex-agitators warned against destroying oil, gas assets. Security guard lynched over theft in Ebonyi. And this one, fear price may rise as Naira for crude sale stalls. Army denies invading EKEDC office, says fracas was due to fire outbreak. Khan flays ethnic religious divisions in North. Natasha suspension interfaith women's group seeks Sultan Khan's intervention. And prepare for Salah Doba. Governor Yusuf directs Kano Emirates. And 5 farmers killed in Ondo. Residents dump bodies at governor's office. Wow. Okay. Still taking headlines from the Daily Trust newspaper. Overrule Tinubu, NNPP Labour Party orders tell National Assembly. Senate to debate today as reps fail to form quorum. Nigeria, 7 others coronated of HIV drugs, and this according to WHO. Meningitis, 23 suspected cases recorded in Kano. Only 17% of Africa's population has access to essential oral health care services, and this according to the World Health Organization. And over 90% of Nigerian land unregistered, says Minister. Fake number plates, FRSC records 7,798 arrests in 2 months. Zamfara, PDP flays Matawale for supporting Fubara's suspension. Okay, and shipping firms lament drop in cargo volumes. And these are the major headlines in today's Daily Trust newspaper. Up next is the Vanguard newspaper. All right, for headlines from today's Vanguard newspaper. Okay, before I take you to the Vanguard, let me first look through the Tribune. Tribune newspaper has these headlines. First modular LPG extraction, 20 megawatt gas to power plant start operations in Rivers. Anambra ex-Eguba candidate accuses EFCC of drifting from mandate. Drifting from mandate. Abuja explosion. PCNGI calls for thorough investigation. US Radio Free Asia places workers on unpaid leave after Trump's grant termination. Okay, and you have Canada forced Chinese execution of 4 Canadians on drug charges. 7 top search engines in world. You can check that out. And this one, eating an orange a day may lower depression, stress. This is according to experts. I know people will ask where you see the orange. Okay, Rivers, SMBLF, forced Tinubu over state of emergency declaration. Demolition Wike directs FCDA to allocate land to Ishiri victims. Court vacates order declaring Natasha's suspension as void. And don't attribute a toddler's death to us. EIRS tells Edo residents. And Tinubu swears in Vice Admiral Ibas as a Rivers Sole Administrator. Dangote Refinery halt sales of petrol in Naira. Rivers Senate defers voting on state of emergency to 3 p.m. Rivers Fubara teleguided militants to blow up pipelines. And this according to AGF. And Committee on FG's Naira for Crude Policy meets in Abuja. Rivers timeline of emergency rule declaration in Nigeria since 1999. And of course, this one, you have state of emergency in Rivers and impeachable offense. And this is according to the PRP. Delta APC crisis, SEC demands sack of steel chairman. And my duty is to maintain law, order. Rivers Administrator Vice Admiral Ibas is the one talking there. Tinubu to win 2027 election with landslide. Governor Okpebolo is giving such an assurance. And this one, Tinubu's emergency rule may destabilize Rivers. And this according to the PDP. Reject state of emergency in Rivers. Sislak tells NAS, NGF. Edo North APC moves to remove Agbebaku as speaker. And Kogi Central begins process to recall Senator Natasha Akpoti-Odoagan. And how NELFAN is tackling issues of dropout and access to tertiary education. FG launches key initiatives to boost girl-child education, reduce out-of-school children. Sokoto Commissioner finds schools deserted in surprise visit to Wunro LG. FG gives Varsity 2025 deadline to implement anthology backboard. these are the major headlines on today's Tribune newspaper. And the last newspaper for this morning is the Vanguard newspaper. So let's take you now to the headlines in today's Vanguard. Okay, for headlines from today's Vanguard newspaper, you have this one as the banner headline: Emergency rule in Rivers, FG governors disagree. FG governors disagree. Emergency rule in Rivers, FG governors disagree is the banner headline. And to some other headlines there, you have why Nigerians abroad are sending wards home to school. Okay, Abuja explosions are caused by CNG trucks brake failure, fire service. And you also have this one, combined work and prayer to defeat terrorists. Army chief charges police dismiss inspector over unethical conduct in Abia. Senator Natasha suspended for unruly conduct, not gender politics. This according to the story. Yes, talking about Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Of course, the story says Senator Natasha suspended for unruly conduct, not gender politics. CSO. Of course, you're talking about some CSOs in Abuja. All right, South governors reject Tinubu state of emergency rule in Rivers. Coalition calls for INEC headquarters to be named after Humphrey Nwosu. You also have this one, lack of quorum. Communication from President, others stall debate. NFC TUC to Tinubu reverse emergency rule. Tinubu acted in Nigeria's interest. Rivers Assembly. Emergency rule, no court order restrains IBAS. Ehie clarifies. And you also have 16 dead, 14 vehicles burnt in Nyanya Bridge tragic accident. This is according to FCT Police Command report. To more political stories, no justification for a state of emergency in Rivers. Senator Dixon Fubara remains a Rivers governor. This is according to the PDP. Suspension of Fubara others. This illegality cannot stand, Amechi tells Tinubu. Plot to remove Edo Assembly Speaker thickens. And Tinubu, New Rivers Administrator Ibas meet in Aso Villa. And you also have this one, release of Nnamdi Kanu not connected to Southeast security issues. Soludo. And full list. Items you are not allowed to bring to the U.S. What are the items? You need to check that out. Okay. For those who may just be interested, because Nigerians jackpot every day. All right. So you need to know some of the items that you are not expected to bring to the U.S. 6 food items. Nigerians are not allowed to bring to the U.S. All right, so let me just give them to you quickly so that you get to know. And these are prohibited as restricted items, yes, completely banned from entry. These include dangerous toys, illegal drugs, certain vehicles, and items that threaten public safety. Okay, so those are the ones you shouldn't bring to the U.S. All right. Wow. Okay. You also have a dog and cat fur products. Yes. Illegal. It is illegal to import, export, distribute, transport, manufacture, or sell products containing dog or cat fur in the United States. So the Dog and Cat Protection Act of 2000, effective from November 9, 2000, mandates the seizure and forfeiture of any item containing dog or cat fur. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, just on and on like that. You can check that out on the Vanguard newspaper. And lawmakers clash at House of Reps over state of emergency in Rivers. And you also have this one, AFG to release Rivers allocation to administrator. Fubara teleguided militant to blow up pipelines, AGF. And you also have this one, still from the Vanguard newspaper, why Nigerians abroad, death toll rises to 56 as meningitis ravages Kebbi. Policeman, 11 militia gang member killed in Benue communities. And this one, there is a pending litigation on our revoked property. This is according to the PDP. So these are the major headlines on today's Vanguard newspaper. And by extension, where we wrap things up on today's newspaper headlines, a segment of the show this morning. And let's have this breather. After this breather, of course, we'll be taking you straight to the People's Assembly. Now, where are we going on the People's Assembly this morning? Let's look through what happened before the Ramadan began. Before the Ramadan began, Saudi Arabia invested a whopping $600 billion into the American economy. Talking about the U.S. economy, Saudi Arabia spent a whopping $600 billion and invested in their economy. But the same Saudi Arabia that are calling Nigeria, they say Nigeria is our friend. You know what they did? They sent us Dabino. Talking about dates. You know Dabino now? They sent that to Nigeria for fasting. And Nigeria, our people have been asking questions. How would they invest $600 billion in the economy of America and only send Dabino to us? Dabino, that's what they say. All these things that Usas are carrying, they are selling apart. That's what Saudi Arabia sent to us. And when we're asking some of these questions, some people said, no, investors are not taking Nigeria seriously now. As we speak right now, there are companies that are still proposing to leave Nigerians. More have left Nigeria already. Yet, the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been telling us, according to what Wale Edun has been saying, the economy has improved. The people are coming to invest in Nigeria. So what we're looking at this morning is this. Some people of the world say the international community is not seeing us as serious people. The way we do our things, the way we make our policies, the way we do our things on a daily basis within ourselves, within Nigeria here, amongst ourselves, that we are not seen and taken seriously. Otherwise, why would Saudi Arabia, that claimed to be our friend, recently their prime minister was here on a visit, yet they could only give us Dabino. Yet that they sent they invested over $600 billion in America's economy. So they are saying, no, the international community is not seeing Nigeria as serious people. What do you make of this morning? How can we make ourselves to look like we are serious so that we can attract investment? Our people will always be traveling. Governors, president will be traveling. Even vice president will always be traveling from to different countries. We say we are going to attract investors. Do we go about attracting investors, or we do the normal thing here so that investors will come? They know we have the population. We have the number. We should use the number to attract them. But people are saying they are not coming, and people are also, some investors are even leaving because the way we are doing our things, international communities are not seeing us as serious people. What do you make of this morning? That's what we'll look at. And how do you think we can tackle this? What would be advised? What would be advised to the people making policies for us in Nigeria so that we can attract investment and make Nigeria an investment destination? Truly and truthfully speaking, not politically speaking. Because politically speaking, they will always tell you, Nigeria is an investor-friendly country. Even though we know that it looks like they are running away from us. They don't want to come and invest here. That's what we'll be looking at in a jiffy on the People's Assembly segment of the show this morning. Let's have this breather. We'll be back very shortly.
LFAD presents Testimony Jaga and Original. Don't care. Pastor Corey Kumaya, the master place. Jaga is here, Jesus is here. All the biggest. Come on. Ìgbàdí ẹ̀ ló kù
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it. I love this station. Melody 100.7 FM. From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 10 a.m.
100.7. 100.7.
100.7.
Melody
100.7.
right, thank you for being with us still on Melody 100.7 FM right here in the city of Ibadan. It is the Thursday edition, the 20th day of the year 2020, third day, 20th day of the third month of the year 2025. Now, welcome to the assembly. The Honorable Speaker is right here. My name is Pretty, and it feels good to be here again. This is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. We're looking through what happened before the Ramadan celebration or the Ramadan fast. Before the Ramadan fasting, the government of Saudi Arabia invested $600 billion into the America's economy, and it was that same week that they invested $600 billion that they sent trucks of Dabino to Nigeria. You know Dabino now, that thing that Aboki is carrying, that they sell. Dates, the English name is dates. We'll call it Dabino here. And majority of the people here call it Dabino. If you go to Hausa and I say you want to buy it, if you say date, you might not know. But when you say Dabino, So, and that situation alone made a whole lot of people to feel Nigeria is not taken seriously. Because how can Saudi Arabia, with the way we always feel Saudi is, in fact, more or less like we have a very good relationship with them, and that they always have really good relationship with us as well. But instead of sending money in terms of investment to come and invest in Nigeria, what we saw was date and Dabino. So it's more important than to come and invest, and where people answered to those sentiments, having to say that, look, why would they come and invest in your country? You are not serious now. People are not taking seriously. The way you do your things, you are not taking seriously. Even past situation cannot make people to come and invest here. Those who have invested in the past are running away. Because as we speak right now, plenty are packing their bags and baggage and leaving Nigeria. They might not report it, but it's very obvious. Nigerians, we are losing investors, and people are losing their jobs because of harsh economic situation. Some of them will tell you they can't survive it. They can't survive the economic situation of Nigeria, so let them go to. In fact, majority of them are moved to Ghana. I don't want to be giving them free adverts. I would have been calling names of companies that have left Nigeria in the last couple of months. And those who are still preparing to leave, I would have called their names, but I won't be giving them a free advert. So let's look at this morning. For a country that is meant to be giant of Africa, a country that is meant to be investment destination of the world, considering the fact that we have the population, we have the landmass, we have the resources, we have everything. Why is everyone running away? So people are saying the way you do your things is why they are running away. Can that be said to be true, or is just maybe we are not just lucky? What do you make of this morning? And if you have to advise the government on how to attract investment, what would you tell them this morning? Majority of our governors will tell you they are traveling. I remember even Engineer Shima Kinde once traveled and said he went to attract investment. Bauchi State government governor recently returned from a trip. Kaduna State governor as well. I can go on and on and on. Majority of them, even the president, vice president, they always travel that they are going abroad to attract investment opportunity, those who come and invest here. Now, if we keep going abroad to invite them, have we done the right things to make them to want to come and invest? In terms of our situation in Nigeria, in terms of the way we do our things, in terms of even light, in terms of the investment climate, have we done the right things to make them to find very interesting? So what would you make of this morning? 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Let's move away from River State this morning. I don't want to talk about River State because the reason I don't want to talk about River State this morning is I want to see what the Senate and House of Reps will arrive at today before we now continue the talk about River State. Of course, on Kojumo, you heard them talk about that earlier. So let's talk about this one that is very, very much more important than even River State to us, because investment, I mean, we should be able to attract investment. The population of Nigeria alone should attract investment from anywhere in the world. But the way it is right now, they are running away. They are running from us. Those who are here are moving. If you see what Accra have attracted, those who are leaving us are going to Accra, Ghana. Yet we keep calling ourselves giant of Africa. That's why Ghana will continue to, Ghanaians are making mockery of Nigerians nowadays. So where do we go from here this morning? How do we attract investment truly? How do we truly attract investment? Not just to go and be traveling and say we're attracting investors. That's what we're doing this morning. If you must advise the government about attracting investment, what would you say to them? 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007 is the number to call this morning on the People's Assembly. Melody Sunrise, Melody 100.7 FM. So let me open the phone line now, 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. The phone lines are open now. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this is Shegun calling from Ojo.
Good morning to you. How is Ojo constituency?
Okay. On the issue you are talking about, no foreign investors would like to come to Nigeria because of the situation on ground. Number one, in terms of security.
Okay.
Your money is not secure, both in the bank and even in your house, because of the security that we lack in Nigeria. Both security for life and property, you know. And number two, there's no light, electricity.
Wow.
It's another problem. Like my guy was complaining day before yesterday that what he's spending on the fuel is too much.
Okay, your guy in the office.
He will use fuel in the office. He will use fuel for his car. He will use fuel for home, at home. So that kind of expenses, if they calculate it in a week, you know how much. So the cost of production is too much. It's too much. And that is what is making us to have a fake productions. Many things now are fake. If you don't open your eye here, because people that are producing these things, they cannot. If they say they want to produce original, the expensive will be too much, and there's no money with people to buy. So
is that not even a risk to the citizen?
Sir?
Is that not even a risk to our health?
Yes, it's risk to our health, but Nigerians, they prefer something that is cheap. If you bring anything out now, this thing is, if they say that it's cheap, both medicine and other things, they will not care about their health. They will buy it because there's no money.
Wow.
There's no money. And if don't, there's no work. No anything. If you go to site now, nothing like a work that is going on site now. People want to work, there's no work.
Sure.
So, what government should do?
That's where I'm going. What they should do?
They should make sure that there's a security, both financial security and security for life and property.
Okay.
Because what we hear every day, what people see every day, they are scared, they are afraid. Look at people now. People don't stay long outside again. Once it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, everybody are running to their house. Because of everything that we are seeing on social media.
Definitely.
And as we are saying it too, those people too, they are saying it. And so the government wants foreign investors to come to Nigeria. There should be security.
Okay.
And there should be electricity.
Okay.
These people, they know the right thing, but they will not do it.
Wow.
So that's my own.
Thank you so much. God bless you all the way from Ojo. All right. Okay. 0702-520-1. God bless you, my brother. God bless Nigeria. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. How can Nigeria truly attract investors. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, well, my name is Adura, calling from Bashar.
Okay, Adura, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Based on the topic today, see, for us to be able to have investors in Nigeria here, one, we have to build ourselves first. Now, our government should be able to put policies that work for the indigenes, that work for Nigerians first, before private investors can come. Because when they see that things are working for you, then they feel, okay, if they come into it to work for them, the policies you put on ground, they'll be able to follow. But when you don't have things on ground, then what are they coming to invest? If they come, they'll feel like, okay, you just want to use them for a while, and at the end of the day, they would run away because they know the land is not going to yield them anything. So what I'm trying to say is this. Government should be able to provide the basic 5 amenities that human need: food, education, infrastructure, life, and health. When we have those 5 things in place, then every other thing will follow. Investors, you don't even have to go call them. When they see that things are working good for you, they would come and they would want to benefit from what you're having. But when you don't have anything to give, when you don't have anything to put on ground, they would not come. Even if they will come, they'll want to use you yourself because they'll feel like, okay, these people don't have anything. I want to give them this stuff. Okay, let me just use them for this while. And at the end of the day, I'll find a better ground to go to. So I appeal to our government to please just hear the cries of Nigerians, place the 5 basic amenities that human needs, and they will see that within the shortest period of time, Nigeria would move. Nigeria is a giant of Africa. Let's have that at the back of our mind. Let Africans see Nigerians as the country that is ready to push the African continent forward. During the protest of Tinubu, bad governments and everything, I came out and I said something. I said, it's not like the youth want the president to leave, but what they are clamoring for is they want things to work the way it has worked for them in the past. Because when they were growing up at those periods, they had time to go to school. Before they come out of school, they have work on ground for them. They have people that can give them stuff. They have white men already coming here to pick people that, okay, yes, I want to work with you. I see prospect in this person. That's how life has been for them. So where did we go wrong? That we can't still go back and find our mistakes and make corrections to it, and let's just move the country forward for the greater generations that are coming, for the next generations that are coming, to see that, okay, yes, our fathers are putting things in ground for them. This is the democracy season. This is not the military system of government. This is a democratic system of government. Let us find democracy for our younger generations. And if we do that, just like China did, before 5 years, if we put our heads together, like I'm saying something, if the president can do to close the border, the little things that we are importing from outside that have not gotten here, if they can allow those ones come, now give us electricity, good, that 24 hours electricity, and see what Nigerians will do. There's a president that said, lazy youth, lazy Nigerians and everything. But because the man has not gone outside, has not really gone on their ground to see what Nigerian youth do, young children, what they do to impact their life. But it's because they don't see these things. They only feel that, okay, Nigerian youth have nothing to give. So I am appealing to the government to please just give us those 5 basic amenities, and they should just watch and see if they will not talk good about them.
Wow. Thank you, Adura. Thank you so much. I mean, beautiful submission this morning from Adura from Basharum. Thank you so much. All right, keep the messages. I mean, keep the calls and even the messages coming. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. How do you think Nigeria can truly be an investment destination of the world? Because as it stands right now, majority of the investors are running away from Nigeria. They are deceiving us. We are coming to invest, and they will not come. People always travel to different places to try to attract them to come. But after they have the good discussion right there, I mean, expect them to come. They don't come. See Saudi Arabia. I remember Saudi Arabia, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they promised to invest massively in Nigeria. But up to now, we've not heard anything. The only thing they gave us Dabino for us to do fasting. And they spent $600 billion on America's, they invested $600 billion in America's economy. While we are here expecting investment, they gave us Dabino for us to do fasting. You see what we are talking about? God have mercy. So what do you make of all this morning? 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. This is Melody's Sunrise, and the People's Assembly segment this morning is where we are right now. Looking at investment in Nigeria, as investors are running away, shying away from Nigeria. Why? What is causing it? I mean, Adura gave us a whole lot of analytical facts right there in his submission. And that is why we're not having the investments. I mean, investors coming to Nigeria. Back in the day, they used to run helter-skelter to come and invest in Nigeria. I mean, we used to even use them to do use them to do yangada. We don't need enough. We don't need plenty again, Jerry. But with our population, we're supposed to be taking advantage of our numbers, because we can attract anyone, anything, from anywhere in the world. But as it stands right now, they don't want to come. Those who are here are running away. Majority have run to Cote d'Ivoire. Majority have run to Ghana, left Nigeria. And the implication of that is, as they are leaving Nigeria, youths have no work to do. Yes, the youths have no job to do, because there's nowhere. I mean, when you have factories, you have industries, these things have a way of engaging the youth. So right now, youths don't have anything to do. You now see them going to some illicit things. They do yahoo, they do drugs, they do crime. I mean, because there's no job for them to do. Because majority of the companies that should have, in the first place, employed them have left Nigeria. So how can we have a better society where we have investors like we used to have? For instance, even look at Ibadan alone. I remember when we used to have Exide, when we used to have, what's the name of this company around when you're coming from Lagos? Sonyo, yes. I mean, Sonyo, those ones that were making radio. I mean, transistor radio, Exide batteries and all that. We had them here. We had, what's the name of this glass company at that time, around the Lagos by the Expressway as well. There used to be plenty here, but we don't even have them anymore. They have all run away. They complain of investment climate, that the climate to do business in Nigeria, business climate in this country is not favorable. That's what they are saying. So how do we get over this? What better ways can we have investors come and invest in Nigeria? Going back to the phone lines now. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? I can't hear anything, and it's just going. Okay, try to call back. Try to call me back. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. This morning is the People's Assembly on Melody Sunrise and Melody 100.7 FM. right, still taking your calls this morning. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. We are the honorable. Now, let me say it again because just in case you are a first time caller, when you're calling on the show, you are an honorable member because in the assembly here, you know, we have a National Assembly in Abuja. We have different houses of assembly in different states of Nigeria. But this is our own assembly, the People's Assembly. So that's why we use the word speaker and the speaker of the house. And you are calling from the where you're calling from is your constituency. Get used to it. We want to make it so different and classy. So where you're calling from is your constituency and your name. Before you say your name, you're an honorable member. So honorable, this like Adura that I called earlier, next time on the show is Honorable Adura from Bashorun constituency. Okay, that is how we make this part of this segment of the show look. This is our own constituency. Okay, just in case you are listening for the very first time, this is the people, our own assembly. If they have the assembly in Abuja, they have assembly at Agodi and at different states, capitals. This is our own assembly. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. What do you make of what we're looking at this morning? How can we truly attract investors in Nigeria? And how can we discourage those living? How can we discourage those living Nigeria in drones, in mass? Living those investors who are leaving Nigeria, how can we encourage them to stay? Not to run away, because everyone is running. If we take proper statistics of those who have left Nigeria since the time of Muhammadu Buhari and even till now of Bola Tinubu's administration, you weep for Nigeria. But as I said, I don't want to be calling names because to look like I'm giving them advert, because some of them, majority of them are still operating, even though they are not in Nigeria. So if I start calling their names now, to look like advert. So, but majority of you know them. You know these companies that have left. Like the Popular Beverage Company, you know, they left Nigeria. They've gone to Ghana. They are now from Ghana sending things to us. We are now buying them expensively because they are now using foreign exchange to sell to us. That is one of the bad sides of the situation. When they were here in Nigeria, the beverage wouldn't have been this expensive the way it was. I mean, when they were here, it wasn't this expensive the way we are buying now. But because they are not here anymore, foreign exchange has been added. So that is why things is now expensive to even buy this beverage. Let me go back to the phone lines, 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, what's happening with the phone line? Hello, good morning. Okay, please do try again. I think the phone line is acting up. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. That is what we're looking at this morning, how to attract investors in Nigeria and how to discourage, dissuade those ones who are leaving Nigeria, how to discourage them from leaving, how to encourage them to stay in Nigeria so that we can have a good economy working for us. We can have jobs for the youth. How can we do that this morning is what we are looking at this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're calling from? Ijebu Igbo constituency. What's the name?
My name is Jackson.
Your name is Jackson?
I want to take it down memories.
I didn't get your name.
Can you hear me?
I said I didn't get your name. Your name?
Yes.
Okay. You should add honorable to it. All right, go ahead, sir.
Now, it's I think I am getting
Hello? Can you shift it? Please, can you shift a bit from where you are? The network is not very. I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
It's perfect now. Thank you.
In the late 60s, that was producing company that left there.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Mm.
You will recall that Nigeria had two major salon producing company.
Yes.
That was people and people.
Mm.
Once I got it, the policy, because the policy was that the government should be using people or people.
Mm.
But once I got it, the changes are quite using medicines. Which shows that Nigeria does not have a stable economic policy.
Mm.
And as also since Shakariera.
Mm.
There was a criminal line. That country was to put in Lagos.
Mm.
When the bad government came in, they changed it. And that also since then. Then the way our leaders conduct governance.
Yeah.
The president will bring all these international bodies for Nigeria. It's that some of them will always look for their own courts. Which hospital, the government, the movement of that will get that help on to Ogun State. And when you have all this, nobody will want to come there and then without doing anything in the public want to back home with your money. It's wise. Our government does not believe in securing the government. It is believing in securing personalities. Perhaps for people who are not in government, that police are always guys. Police will always guide them. Then instead of doing their primary duties. So what is what is best what to do? Now play here and there, you can't here and there, and yet have police guarding individuals. So that's what my conclusion.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All the way from Ijebu-Igbo. Thank you so much this morning. Even though I was trying to battle with that network, I had to let him because Ijebu-Igbo is far away. All right. Hello, good morning.